Alrighty, guys, let's get into it. So very quickly, before I do, my name is Nenad Pavasovic, and tonight I'll be taking you guys through the business basic skills to really help you guys, one, develop the skills to get you guys to where you want to be, but also develop the right mindset to really make this business worth your while. So let's get into it. So before I get into the actual training itself, some of you guys probably have not seen this, but the real question is why network marketing? And this is called the cash flow quadrant. So this is was made by Robert Kiyosaki, who's actually the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is the best-selling financial book in the world today. And he went from broke to millionaire in the space of 2 years, and now he teaches people how to generate wealth in their life. So once I understood this, I knew that I didn't have a choice but to make network marketing work. So this is what really opened my eyes. So this is very important to understand for yourselves, but also two, to be able to show people, to really give them that understanding and that belief to really understand why network marketing is the best vehicle to get them to wherever it is that they want to be. So as you can see, there's four ways in which people make money in the world today. There's employee, self-employed, business owner, or investor. If you're on the left side of the quadrant, either an employee or self-employed, that's where 95% of the population is, and only 5% of the money. That's why they call it a rat race. And as an employee, your life is in someone else's hands. They dictate how much you're worth. They tell you how much you're getting paid and whether you even have a job or not. And that's the path that I saw my friends and family going through as a kid, and I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted. I didn't want to wake up to alarm clock every single morning, get stuck in traffic, work a job I don't even enjoy for somebody I don't even like, and they're telling me how much I'm worth and when to go home, and I need to ask permission whether I can take annual leave to go on a holiday with my family. So I just saw that as kind of being in jail in a sense. And that's not the life that I wanted. And then you also have self-employed. A lot of people that are self-employed, they claim that they own a business. Yes, you're your own boss. Yes, you work on your own terms. But unfortunately, you need to be at work to make money. There's no leverage. And if you're on the left side of the quadrant, you are trading your time for money. So what that means is you work 60 hours a week, you're getting paid for 60 hours a week. You go traveling for 8, 9, 10 months with your friends and family, you don't have an income because you are only trading your time for money. And that's where, people are literally, the way the economy is going, working until the day they die. But then on the right side of the quadrant, a big business owner or an investor, that's where 95% of the money is and only 5% of the population. And that's what people want to be, because I always knew growing up, to truly be happy in life, you need financial freedom, but you also need time freedom. It doesn't matter how much money you're making, you need time freedom to be able to enjoy the money. And that's where a big business owner is not a small hairdressing salon, not a cafe. That's also in the left side of the quadrant. In the S, it's a small business. But a big business owner is one that has over 500 plus employees, that has a system. For example, like a McDonald's owner. You go to the Macca's store today, you don't see the owner flipping your burgers. Why? Because he's got a team of people, he's got a bunch of 16-year-olds that are following a simple system where there's a 16-year-old that's running a multi-million-dollar business. That's why you get a cheeseburger from Melbourne or a cheeseburger in Singapore, they taste the same. Why? It's the same system. So he has that peace of mind that he's still getting paid week in, week out, even though he's not there. And investors, they use money to make money. So if we all know that the lifestyle is on the right, time and financial freedom, why are 95% of people on the left? I mean, it confuses some people. And it's very simple, because at the end of the day, a lot of people can't get to the right. Because in order to become a business owner or an investor, you need a lot of money. You need at least 3, 4, 5, 600K to open a big business. So a lot of people, one, don't have the money to ever make that entrepreneurial shift. Or two, even if they do, 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. So it's not even worth the risk. People don't have the balls to make that entrepreneurial shift because they're going to be in debt pretty much for the rest of their lives. And that's why I love network marketing. And that's why I love this industry, because it allows an average person to go from the left to the right without all the headaches, without the high capital, without all the overheads, and utilizing a proven product and a proven system. So let's get into it. So once we do get into it, we want to help you guys formulate your why. So why is your why important? It's important for two reasons. One, it's your drive. It's the reason why you want to do this business. What motivates you? What's your purpose? Do you know what I mean? Because it's not a business where you invest a lot of money, so it's easy to quit. With so many people that they get involved and they're excited for the first week or two, but then a few of their mates tell them, oh, it's not legit, no, it doesn't work, you're an idiot. But when they first started, man, I can't wait to quit my day job. I hate my life. I want to focus on this. I want to make your health work. But then 2-3 weeks in, after they get a little bit of rejection, oh, you know what? I'm busy. Maybe I should take a little bit of break from your health. Maybe my work's not too bad after all. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't have a strong why. They don't have a purpose. So it's your driving force to really help you, make those small sacrifices and get you to make the decisions that are going to help you guys get to where you want to be. But two, it's also important because it's your story for people to relate to. Because believe it or not, guys, your health is just a vehicle to get you guys to where you want to be. So people don't buy into your health itself. They buy into you and they want to know why you do it. So how we help you guys formulate your why is very simple. For the first 30 to 40 seconds, talk about where are you right now? What's your pain? What frustrates you? What struggles are you going through? And guys, because you got to be able to open up with people once you talk to them. Because if you can open up to your friends and family, it builds trust. I mean, they're more likely to open up to you and talk about their values and what they want and their struggles so you can help them accordingly. So what frustrates you right now? Is it not having financial freedom? Not being able to travel, not being able to do the things that you want, seeing your parents struggle, seeing your parents live pay to pay, not having time to be able to do the things that you truly want. Then we talk about what currently frustrates you right now. What pisses you off? Do you wake up uninspired 5 days a week? Whatever it is, but then what you saw. So once you got approached about this opportunity, about the product line, what did you see? Did you see a great culture? Did you see young, successful people that were living the life that you wanted? Did you see an industry that was backed by some of the most successful people on the planet? Or did you see a great product line that can help a lot of people? Whatever it is, just talk about what you saw. That's another 30 to 40 seconds. But then number three, this is what excites you. For about a minute or so, where are you going to be? In 2 to 3 years, once you make this business work, what sort of lifestyle will you be living and with who? And that is the most important one, guys. Because too many people that focus on where I am, they focus on just sharing their sob story. But believe it or not, guys, people just want to know where you can take them. What can they achieve? So that's why we want to spend more time on your vision and what excites you rather than the pain. But you need to be able to open up. And then from there, talk about what you're going to be doing with the money in 2 to 3 years. Once you're making 15, 20, 30K a month, what will you be doing? Will you be traveling the world? Will you be retiring your parents? But most importantly, what's in it for them? Why are you telling them? What can they achieve? You need to include a team within your vision. So they understand why you're pitching this opportunity to them, because you want to create that lifestyle with them. So if you guys haven't really formulated your why, speak to your upline and get on this, get them to help you out as soon as possible so you can really articulate and help formulate your why. Then list. A list is very crucial, guys, and way too many people don't do it. A list is important so you don't procrastinate. Now, I see so many people that get involved. No, I don't need a list. No, it's all in my head. If you're going to remember everyone you talk to, there's no point doing this business. You're simply not talking to enough people. So we need a list, because a list is our database. So you want to make sure, one, that you're speaking to at least 50 people within your first 7 days. So in week one, you need a list of 50 people. And then after that, after our first week, let's write a list of 200 people. And what we want to focus on is the 10-10-48 rule. 10 best, 10 easiest, 48 hours. So what I mean by that is your 10 easiest is your 10 close friends that will hear you out just out of support, just out of curiosity. So they're your 10 easiest. So we want to approach them first, because at the end of the day, if you're going to be living a life according to your highest values, if you're going to have time and financial freedom, who do you want to have that with? Your close friends and family. But then also, we want to know your 10 best. If you were to start a soccer team, who would your dream team be? Out of all the people that you know that are good at soccer, who would you want to recruit into your team? Why? Because you know that you will succeed. And that's what we want to do in this business. We want to speak to our 10 best, 10 people that you know that have the respect, that have the influence, that have the network, where if they were to get involved, you know they can grow it like that. You know they can grow with speed. And we want to speak to them within 48 hours because if you want to build this fast, you want to speak to your chicken list. Because if you're scared of them, if you're intimidated, if they have influence over you, guess what? They have a lot of influence over a lot of other people. So imagine how fast they can truly grow this. And we want to speak to them in 48 hours. 10 best, 10 easiest, 48 hours. And then after that, write a list of 200 people. So for example, a lot of people don't realize I actually got started about 3.5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And when I first got started, I introduced a few of my close mates, and a week later they quit. And a few days after that, I quit. So I kind of went on annual leave a couple weeks in, and that's when I saw my brother growing. He started making money, and then for me, it's like, shit, I don't want to get left behind. I need to at least give it a good crack. So 3 months in, I just didn't want to miss out. So I gave Marco a call. I'm like, Marco, look, I have to do this. I don't have a choice. I see what you've done. I see the potential. I've got to give it a good crack at least. And then I'm like, what's the fastest way for me to get to where you're at? And he's like, Nenad, this time, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, man, of course. I don't have a choice. And he's like, okay, if you're serious, go home and write a list of 200 people. I'm like, okay. I'm like, how do I know? I don't even know 200 people. He's like, once you have a list of 200 people, give me a call. I'm like, okay. So I went home and then I just started thinking. I'm like, okay, people that I went to high school with, people that I played soccer with, people that I met at the gym, people that my friends know that I've met through them. And then I read a list of 200 people. I'm like, okay, done. I've got a list of 200. I'm like, what now? And then Marco's like, if you want to grow this big and fast, he's like, the sooner you can get 180 people to say to you, no, Nenad, I'm not interested, this is bullshit, you'll become rich. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, if you can get 180 people to say, no, I'm not interested, this shit's bullshit, you become rich. And I'm like, okay. So then I started chasing the no's. Because before, like when I first got involved, I thought everyone I was going to speak to was going to say yes. And then once I started getting no's, it kind of defeated my mindset. That's why I quit. But now I came into this business with a whole new mindset. I saw a whole new perspective. So whenever I got a no, I'm like, yes, I need another 179 and I'll be able to quit my job. I'll be able to live the life that I want. So that's where I started chasing the no's. And I knew the more no's I'll get, the more yeses I'll get. And then that just really helped me with the right mindset to be able to filter through that list, as fast as possible. But also, guys, don't discriminate. You don't know who wants more. There's so many people that get involved, like, oh my God, I know Tim, Sean, Sally, and whoever, man, if they get involved, they're going to smash it. So they just rely on them. But guys, it's the people that you least expect that see the potential and are hungry for more and want to run. The people that you least expect, they're the ones that'll do it. But the people that you think, 100% Steven will be interested, guess what? They never will be. Just don't discriminate. You don't know who has digestive problems. You don't know who needs the supplements. You don't know who is in a lot of debt, is struggling financially. I was in a lot of debt, but I never told my mates. Why? I had a big ego. Do you know what I mean? But that's where my brother approached it to me because he saw, Nenad's open-minded opportunities, he might want to give it a crack. But if he didn't ask me, he wouldn't know. So just speak to anyone and everyone and always add to your list. Network on purpose. Go out there, be friendly, smile. Stop walking around the shops like a robot. Make conversations. You don't know who you're going to meet. Dave Nelson right now, the top earner in the company in Australia, he got approached by some random on a cruise ship in America. And look at the organization Dave's built. So you don't know who you're going to meet. I changed soccer teams 3 times last year just to meet people, just to network. I changed jobs a few years ago 3 times a year just to meet people. So just network on purpose and always add to your list. We meet people all day, every day. It doesn't mean pitch to them from day one, but build that relationship, build that friendship, find a creative way to add them on Facebook, and then just start a conversation. You don't know where it can lead to. Now, once I saw this, guys, it blew my mind. So Bill Britt, he's an Amway Crown Ambassador. So this guy is a multi-millionaire in another company called Amway. And once I saw this quote, he said, I talked to 1,200 people and 900 said no. Only 300 signed up. Out of 300, only 80 of them did anything. Out of 80, 30 were serious. Out of 30, 11 made me a millionaire. You guys need to ask yourself, are you willing to get that much rejections to live a life according to your highest values to create time and financial freedom? I know so many people, they just speak to 50 people, they get 50 no's. Oh, it's too hard. No one's interested. You guys just aren't playing the game. You're not playing the numbers game. Now, guys, not everyone's open-minded. That's why very few people make this work because they care too much about what other people think. Are those people paying your bills? Are those people going to retire your parents? No. Play the numbers. And a lot of people will get started. They wouldn't have the right mentality to stick it out. Unfortunately, guys, that's the game of this business. But you only need to find 11 people. You only need to find 5 people that can help you create the life you've always wanted. But to find them, it's not easy. You got to go through the numbers. And now, most importantly, mindset and rejection. So never let someone who gave up on their own dreams talk you out of yours. So once you guys write a list of 200 people, you just need to be mindful and need to realize that you're about to talk to 3 different types of apples. So your red apples, that's probably about 10% of people. No, probably not even, probably 5% of people. They're just open-minded and that are open to change. So for example, an analogy I like to use, let's just say if you're inviting your friend to a restaurant and it's like, hey Tim, there's this new restaurant down the road in St. Kilda, I want to go check it out. Are you free tonight? And Tim's like, yeah man, sweet, pick me up at 7 o'clock. They're just open-minded, they don't question too many things. You'll pick him up and you'll go. But then there's green apples. Green apples, they're skeptical. That's not bad, that's good. They just need more information. And that's probably 70% of people. 70% of people are skeptical, they just need more info. So for example, if I'm like, hey Tim, there's this new restaurant in St. Kilda, let's go check it out. And Tim's like, oh look, I'm not too sure, I'm tired, I just came back from work, how far is it, what's on the menu? My job right now isn't to explain the menu, isn't to explain the address and how to get there. All I'm going to do is, look, you know what man, I'll send you the address, I'll send you the menu, if you like what you see, let me know and we'll go check it out. It's as simple as that. Just direct them to more info. Even in regards to this business, if you're talking to someone piquing interest and if they're asking a lot of questions, don't try to explain it. Just send them info on either the product or either the business. And then, mate, if you like what you see, we should have a chat about it. It's as simple as that. But then you have rotten apples. So that's probably 20% of people. And rotten apples are negatives, they're drainers, they're just cynics. They always complain about life, but they're not willing to do anything about it. Now, hey, mate, you started this new part-time business. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. It's one of these pyramid schemes. You can't make any money. What are you doing? Look, that's sweet, man. It's not for you. That's cool. Move on. And it's like your mates. Hey, it's your restaurant in St. Kilda. Let's go check it out. Oh, no, dude, don't go there. The food is terrible. I can't believe you're about to go there. Oh, Tim, have you ever actually been? No, I've never been, but I heard it's bad. They're your rotten apples. They're just negative, but they don't really understand it. Just to move on. You don't want them a part of your business anyway because they're going to drain your energy and they're going to drain your team's energy. But you guys just need to accept that not everyone will approve of what you do. Not everyone likes Apple. Some people love Samsung. Some people hate Samsung. They love Apple, whatever it is. Maccas have less than 1% of people, 1% of the population purchasing their burgers daily. Do you reckon Ray Kroc, the Macca's CEO, the founder, do you reckon he cares that there's people writing petitions trying to close Macca's down? No. He just understands not everyone will approve. It's a business. There always will be haters trying to drag you down. It's just unfortunately the world we live in. And we're in a business of sorting, not convincing. You don't ever want to convince anyone to do your help. Because if you're convincing them to come to a meeting, if you're convincing them to watch a meeting, if you're convincing them to get started, guess what? Then you'll be convincing him to do shit. You'll be convincing him to come to trainings. You'll be convincing him to write a list. You'll be convincing him to talk to people. Do you know what I mean? So just look for the red apples, the green apples, and we're in a business of sorting, not convincing. Very important that you guys understand that. But the invite process. So you guys have just franchised out your own home-based business, but we need people coming into our store to see what we got to offer. And the best way to invite is egg cup. Be excited, be genuine, be certain and confident, put urgency on it, and be passionate. But unless you guys are talking to people and letting them know about the product or letting them know about the opportunity, They don't know that your store's open, man. You open a pizza store, if you don't tell anyone that your pizza store's open, you're not going to get any customers. You ain't making any money. This business is the same. We are just planting the seeds. Even if, say, you tell someone about your pizza shop, they might not feel like a pizza straight away, but at least you've let them know. So 2, 3 weeks later, when they're hungry and they feel like a pizza, guess what? They know about your store. They're going to come in. And it's the exact same about the product and about the business. A lot of people, it's just bad timing. I mean, they might not be looking for supplements. They might not be looking for an opportunity, but at least you've let them know about it. So eventually down the track, once you start posting on Facebook and they see that, oh, it's a reminder, you know what, now I put on 2 kilos in the last week, maybe I should look after my health. Or they just had a fight at work with their boss. Look, I can't do this forever. Mark was telling me about this home-based business. Look, I actually want to check it out now. So guys, just get used to talking to people 24/7. If you can, try get on the phone. Try give them a call because they can hear your excitement. They can't really feel your excitement over text. And just be real. Be yourself. Always act like you're in a rush. Because if you act like you're in a rush, there's going to be less questions. I mean, you're not going to end up presenting over the phone. Because if you guys call your mates and are trying to pique interest in regards to opportunity, and if they ask you one question, and if you answer it, you're fucked. Another 20 questions are going to come after that, and guess what? You'll end up trying to explain the whole business on the phone, and you're just going to complicate and confuse them, and then they won't want to do it. So guys, a phone call should be less than 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? And the reason for the phone call is just to set up the next exposure, whether it's a catch-up, a launch party, or send them a video. But in all honesty, guys, 80% of it is your tonality. It doesn't matter what you say, it's how you say it. And I don't want to spend too much time on inviting because in all honesty, there's no magic invite. So many people ask me, they're like, oh man, Nenad, you sponsored now, I think it's about, 87 reps. What's your secret? What are you doing that, everyone else isn't? And I'm just playing the numbers game. I'm just speaking to more people than anyone else. A lot of people see the reps I signed up. Yeah, I've signed up a lot of reps, but guess what? I've got more shit and more no's than anyone else. And guys, that's a simple answer. I'm just consistent for long enough. I play the numbers. Yes, in the last 3 weeks, I've signed up 3 new reps. But you guys don't understand how many people told me get stuffed. How many people told me, oh my God, dude, it's not legitimate. It's a pyramid scheme. What are you doing? But you guys don't see that. Now, you see the glory, but you don't see the struggles. You don't see what we go through. Do you know what I mean? So guys, just stay consistent, be excited, be yourself. But even if you're going to speak to people on Facebook, just start as many conversations as you can till they either complain about their health or if they either complain about their finances. And then from there, my magic line is, dude, look, you know what? You should actually look into what I'm doing. And now that line is that you're pretending like you didn't initiate it, like you weren't planning to pitch to him. Oh, you know what? You should actually look into what I'm doing. But in regards to an invite, so there's no script, there's no real flow, but you want to share your leading story. So your leading story is what you saw. So if I'm giving my mates a call, I want to share what I saw within the business. So in your why, it's step 2, what you saw. So if I was to call my mate Ryan, I'm like, hey Ryan, how you going, buddy? How's soccer going? You still at What Eagles? Oh yeah, man, right, bit of a chit chat. Look, man, very quickly, I'm just about to get into a meeting, or I'm just about to get to the gym. I'm not. I've got the whole day free, but I'm just pretending like I'm in a rush. Look, man, I'm just about to get into the gym, but very quickly, man, want to chat to you about this new nutrition and health business I'm planning on getting myself into. It's a really young health company that recently expanded into Australia, but man, I had my eyes on it for a few months now. Dude, I had a look into it. I saw some guys, in their 20s initially start this thing part-time on the side, and a few years in, some of them were able to build a business where they're making 10, 15, 20K a month. They're able to quit their day jobs, and man, now they're just living the dream, man. And that's what I'm telling you. And that's when you share what's in it for me. And as you see above, that's my magic formula. So there's no real script, there's no real invite, but this is the formula that I use. So you compliment them. So now they understand why you're talking to them. Because if you don't compliment them, they're probably thinking, oh my God, this Nenad guy is probably speaking to everyone he knows. I'm like, man, Ryan, this is what I'm telling you, man. Now, I know you're into your health and fitness. With soccer, man, you've got a sick network. I mean, if we can really partner up, dude, we can do some damage. It's something you can do part-time on the side, a few hours a week. Are you open-minded to check it out, or do you want more info? If you can incorporate those 4 points, you've got a magical invite because everyone likes to be complimented. People need to know it's part-time on the side because if you don't say it's part-time on the side, they think that you expect them to quit their day jobs. So they won't even look into it. I'm like, mate, right, something you can do part-time on the side, a few hours a week, but I think if we can do this together, man, we can really grow this big. Are you open-minded to check it out? Or look, do you just want more info? And then from there, they're going to start asking questions. Yeah, man, sounds interesting. So, well, what is it? Get off the phone. After that, look, I just actually got to the gym. Well, I'd actually send you a quick video that explain a little bit about the product and a little bit about the business. And like that, if you're free, we can have a chat on the phone. And then from there, after that, set up a three-way call, invite them to your launch, whatever it is. But guys, just be excited, compliment them, say it's part-time on the side, share that way vision, are you open-minded? But if you don't have that influence or the respect within your friend circle, because I didn't, I had to bring someone else in. So for example, it's very crucial, guys, that you're not the expert. You need to bring a third party in. Look, man, I'm just about to launch this new business. Had my eye on it for a while, and I saw some guys in their 20s absolutely killing it. I actually started working with this guy, Marco, and he's one of the top earners in the company, man. And I know with your network and your mindset, if we can do this together with Marco's guidance, man, we can live the lifestyle he is in half the time he was able to do it in. So now you're out of the picture. You're not the expert because you don't have the respect, the influence. But now if you're going to help him, you're going to show him a way where he can work with this Marco guy that he has no idea who he is, but now he's more excited because you've edified Marco. But guys, just simply invite based on their personality type. So sharks are people that just love money. They love money, sell a vision, sell the pioneering phases, sell them it's a 3 to 5 year plan. They build their right. It can pay them long-term residually for the rest of their lives. Do I mean they want to know the earning potential, the credibility? Do I mean, and the dolphins are just people that love the culture. They want to have fun. They want to travel. So if you invite, articulate it to that. Yeah, man, it's a business you can do part-time on the side, but man, there's guys in their 20s who are just having fun. They're traveling the world. They're living the entourage lifestyle. You got to come check out one of these launch parties. The energy is crazy. You'll absolutely love it. So that's how you would invite, according to a dolphin's personality trait. But then you have the analytical people, the facts and the figures. I mean, they're the people that need to know the details. Man, I started this business, had to look into it. Some of the most successful people on the planet are all endorsing it right now. People from Paul Zampilza to Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump. They're saying it's the best way for an average person to create wealth in this economy. Man, you got to check this thing out before it really booms. Now they're more intrigued because they want to know the facts. But whales, they're not overweight people. They're just people that love helping people on a larger scale. They started this nutrition health business, and I thought of you because I know you love helping people. It's a great way to help people health-wise, but not only that, financially as well. We can help people on a larger scale. You're going to have a look into it because we're about to leave a legacy. We're about to leave an impact. And now they're more open-minded to check it out. So just, guys, have common sense and personalize your invite according to that person. But way too many people aren't playing the edification game. Guys, this business is one big game. If you can treat it as a game, it's going to be a lot easier, but we need to edify to play the game. Like I said, stop being the expert, edify third party to help you grow your business for you. Because as you can see, guys, with that triangle, let me have a drink of water, 2 secs. As you can see with the edification triangle, there's you at the top. Between you and your friend is the trust. They trust you and they like you. But unfortunately, they might not respect you on a business level. You don't have that influence. So that's where if you can bring a third party in, if you can edify. So edify just means talking somebody up. Do I mean? Because if you can talk them up, they have more influence. So if you can edify your upline, now between the expert and the friend, there's respect because if you've talked them up. But if you don't edify, there's no respect. There's nothing worse than going to a meeting if you haven't been edified. It doesn't matter how much you know, there's no respect, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's very crucial. Imagine if I caught up with, let's say, one of your guys' mates, and you haven't talked me up. And while I'm talking, the whole time they're thinking, who the hell is this guy? I mean, what's a Nenad? Why is he even telling me about this business? What's he achieved? But if you can talk me up, bang, they're going to want to listen to every word. So you're talking your upline up, not to give them a big head, but you're talking us up so we have influence so your prospect can buy into us so we can grow your business. So guys, it's very crucial that you edify for every single form of exposure, from a three-way call to a meeting to a launch party to the videos to the vision call, everyone and everything. So for example, after I was to send out a video and someone's, mate, sounds interesting. So how exactly does it work? Look, you know what, man? I actually just got into it. When are you free for 20 minutes? Would love to get you on the phone to my mate Marco. He's actually the guy that introduced me. Man, this guy is a great guy, but he's absolutely killing it, man. He initially started part-time on the side, and now he doesn't have to work anymore, has one of the biggest organizations in Australia. I'd rather you hear it and understand it for somebody that's absolutely killing it, because I just got into it. He can answer any questions you may have. Now he understands why I'm just handballing it. But if you're like, hey, why don't I organize a three-way call with Marco? He's probably thinking, what the hell's a Marco? Why would I want to talk to a Marco? But that's what you need to let him know while you are handling the conversation, because you're new, you just got into it. Edify him. He's one of the top earners. I'd rather you hear it and understand it from him. He can answer any of your questions because I just got started. Same as for a two-on-one meeting. Exact same thing. At a launch party, don't edify the actual launch. Edify the speaker. Man, dude, Monday night, you're going to come down to a launch party. There's this guy, Ryan Paul. He's actually going to be running the launch. Man, this guy's one of the youngest top earners within the company. But he used to just be a physio, just doing that. He's doing quite well. Going to introduce this, and now he's got one of the biggest organizations in Melbourne. He's living the life that we want, man. If you can come down and hear his story, it will help you make a lot more sense how the business actually works. So, I mean, now he's excited to come to the launch party because you're not selling the launch party. You're selling the speaker. So always edify. Even the tools. Don't just send people a video. Edify the video. Look, man, you know what? When I actually send you a video, it will really explain exactly how the products work, but the earning potential and the lifestyle that's possible. This video really opened my eyes in regards to how it all works. Now they're more inclined and more excited to actually watch it. But if you don't edify, if you just send it, they're not excited to watch it, so they'll probably forget and never get around to it. So guys, just get used to always promoting and edifying. Edifying creates leverage. Even if you do have respect over your prospects, even if you already have that influence, guess what? If you've got the influence and you can edify someone else, that's double the power, man. Because if they respect you, but then you respect someone else, wow, I really need to meet this guy. So guys, just get used to playing the game. Take yourself out of the picture. I've sponsored 87 reps, right now, and guess what? I'm still setting up three-way calls for Marco. Why? I know how to play the game. It does all the hard work for me. I hit Emerald without doing a single presentation, without doing a single three-way call, just because I put Marco to work. So guys, utilize your upline and get them to work for you. You're not working for them, they're working for you, but you need to put them to work. And now we got to close. Every single person right now listening to this call, you got closed. Because in order to create a better life, you got to get started. I got closed. My brother had to force me to get started. There was a bit of tough love there, but he's like, Nenad, what choice do you have, man? You're going to work at this job. You're not going to work this job for the rest of your life. Dude, just get started. Bang, what do you have to lose? And he gave me a little bit of a nudge to put pressure to get started. I'm like, stuff it. Why not? So a lot of people, they're too scared to ask for the transaction. Do you see where this can take your friends and family? Do you see how this can help them? Not only health-wise, but also financially. Good. Get them started. Give them the chance to. But you don't know unless you ask. But in order for you to even have a chance to close, it's very important that you explain the next steps. So a lot of people that come down to a launch, they see a one-on-one, they hear a three-way call. Yes, they see the what, but they don't still understand the how. And the reason why 80% of people never get involved is because they don't have a clear plan in their head on what their first 7 days are going to look like. So if you want people to get started, they need to know once they do get started what the next 7 days are going to be. So for example, every single one-on-one, every single three-way call, every single launch party, I always close the same. I'm like, look, man, let's just say if you were to give this a shot right now, all we're going to do is get you to jump online, purchase your set, and then from there, we're going to actually book in a time to go through the training. So in your first 48 hours, we want to organize a training. And in the training, we want you to set your goals because everyone gets involved for different reasons. So we want to know, one, how much money do you want to make in 12 months and why? And from there, we can give you a plan accordingly. Then we'll teach you the basic skills and then write a list of 50 people. 50 people that you either want to help health-wise or help financially. And from there, man, we're going to teach you the best way to approach your mates, what to say, how to pique interest. Then we'll give you access to a website where you can utilize all the videos. Once you pique interest and your mates are asking questions, you can just send them the videos. Why? It saves you time. It's more credible. It saves the headache, and it can explain the product and the business better than you ever can. And then from there, the aim is to speak to 50 people in your first week. And out of those 50 people, say only 10 want to hear you out. But now we've got a few options. You can either organize a few three-way calls, exactly like this. You can round up a few mates down at your place. I'll come around, I'll explain it. We can go for coffees with your friends. However you want, we can grow it. But the aim is to get 10 mates to hear it out in your first week. And guess what? Out of those 10 mates, say, worst case scenario, 3 to 4 just want to try the products. 3 to 4 will say, nah, look, it's not for me, it's bullshit, whatever. That's cool, it's not for everyone. But then 3 to 4 are like, wow, man, I think you're onto something. This is a great way to make extra money. I'm in. So after week 1, guess what? You've already got a team of 3 to 4 promoters, 3 to 4 customers. Week 2, those 3 to 4 promoters, what do? Exactly what you just did. And that's how we can even multiply that in week 2. And that's how fast we can grow this. Do you see how we can, create that life we always wanted together? Yeah, man. Can you see yourself giving it a crack? 100%. Right, perfect, man. Well, which set were you planning on getting? We might as well get you started, and like that we can organize a time to book in a training with Ryan, and he can really teach you the ropes. Guys, that's the best way that I close. Give them a clear plan, the how, on what their first 7 days are going to look like. Can you see yourself giving this a crack? Yeah, I can. Which set were you planning on getting? Perfect. Let's do it. Just be assumptive and always sell that we vision. But if you know what they want in life, use that against them. If you know they want to retire their parents, dude, do you see how this can retire your parents if we can build it right? Yeah, man. Dude, let's do it. What do you have to lose? Just be assumptive. And another question I like to use, I actually got this from Matt Morcom. He's like, man, do you see an opportunity here for yourself? Yeah, definitely, man. Look, can you actually afford to take advantage of it? Yeah. Perfect. Let's get you started straight away. Let's take advantage of this and let's get up and running. So that's another powerful close that you can utilize. But handling objection. So I don't want to waste too much time on this because we've already been here for 40 minutes. So very quickly, very important, you don't get defensive. Like myself, learn from my mistakes, guys. I got into a lot of arguments that didn't serve me. It wasted a lot of energy and I burnt a lot of contacts. So whenever there's an objection, regardless if it's a pyramid scheme, I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't like selling, always acknowledge it. If someone's like, oh, it's one of these pyramid schemes, look, man, I respect that because initially I thought the same. Always acknowledge it. Even if you didn't, even if you think they're a complete moron, still acknowledge it. Look, I understand where you're coming from. I initially thought that, but that's when you want to offer a new perspective. But once I actually really looked into it and saw some of the most successful people on the planet, endorsing this industry, saying it's the best way for an average person to create wealth, people like Paul Zane Pilzer, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, it really opened my eyes, man. And that's when you reestablish the value and the vision. And that's when I realized it's exactly like any business in the world, but rather than getting people to franchise out a business with high capital or overheads, they just move a product through people because word of mouth is the best way to move a product because there's trust. And in order to reach out to more people, they just do that through people rather than opening franchises. And that's where, if you can see this, it's a 3 to 5 year plan. You build it right, it will pay you for the rest of your life. Just reestablish the vision and the value. If someone says, I don't have time, acknowledge it. Or use someone else's story. Look, I understand where you're coming from, man. But believe it or not, man, even Marco, a guy who's actually the second top earner in Australia right now, when he first started this, man, the guy was working 2 jobs, working 60 hours a week. And even his girlfriend was questioning whether he had time to do it. But that's what made him realize why he needed to do it. Because if he didn't change anything, he wouldn't ever have create more time freedom. So he got started. Now 3 years later, he's actually able to quit both of his jobs. And he's making more now in 1 month than what the average person makes in 3-4 months. And he's got all the time in the world. So just offer a new perspective and reestablish the vision and the value. And even if someone's like, I don't have time. I don't have money. Acknowledge it. Look, I understand where you're coming from. And I actually have to borrow money from a brother to get started. But if you really see the value, if you really see how this can help you get to where you want to be, you'll find the money, man. Do you know what I mean? Because the way I saw it, man, I was 23. I didn't have $1,500 to my name. Something had to change, man. So I saw a way where if I can find the money, I was be able to create an extra income so I'm not stuck financially like I am, but eventually I can get out of that rut. Just always acknowledge the objection and always share vision. Facts tell, stories sell. Don't get stuck into the detail. Let the videos do all the details for you. You just always talk vision. Share success stories, share testimonials, whatever it is, but don't get stuck talking in the minor detail. But now, guys, this is probably one of the most important slides. Fortune is in the follow-up. Write that down. Get it tattooed on you, whatever. A lot of people won't get started on day one. You needs to be, you want to bam fam. So you want to book a meeting from a meeting and needs to be done as soon as possible. You know what I mean? Because the best analogy I like to use is whenever you guys go on a date, you're going to date with a girl or guy that you really like. And let's just say you go bowling Thursday night. And you have a great time. You really like him, whatever it is. Before she gets out the car, you've booked a meeting from the meeting. You've already scheduled in that Saturday you go to the movies. Saturday you go to the movies, before you take her home, guess what? You've already scheduled in breakfast Sunday morning. And then you keep repeating that process till you either get in a relationship or sleep with them, whatever your intentions are. And this is exactly the same. Keep following up, keep setting up more and more meetings till they either say yes or no. But so many people, they get someone to come down to a launch party, send them one video, and then that's it. They think their work is done. Guys, keep drip feeding videos. Keep edifying more and more exposures, because the more exposures they come to, the more likely they are to get started, because they see the vision, they see the potential. And they say 80% of sales happen between the third to the eighth point of contact. If you can get someone to check out 8 exposures, I can guarantee you they're in 100%, because they're going to understand it, they're going to see the vision. But keep following up till you get a yes or a no. It's simple as that. Don't give up. Keep drip feeding more information till someone says no. But your auto ship, guys. So you guys want to make sure that you're constantly auto shipping, because we need to be a product of the product. So why do we auto ship? It's to keep our businesses active. Every single month, you only need 200 PV for yourself. And in the right bottom corner, as you can see, if you go on your online admin, you will see whether you're active and what date it's expiring. Let me bring it all up. Whoops. So our only business expense is products for ourselves. Guys, this is a sample-based business. So you always want to be on the product. You need to be a product of the product. But after every single one-on-one or launch party, someone should leave with either a berry blast or a super green sachet. Because if they can see a tangible product, it's more real. And if they can try it, they'll be like, wow. So it's very crucial that we do auto ship every single month. And that's our only expense to better our health. So there's no contract. You don't have to. But if you're going to be making money every single month, you're going to be maintained and auto shipping every single month. Or worst case scenario, if you don't have the funds to do an auto ship, you can get a few customers started and they can cover your maintenance. So you can then get paid the following month. But guys, if you compare this to any other business in the world, man, personal trainers spend $300 a week just for a floor. Just to a place where they can train their clients. They spend $1,200 a month just on space. They don't even get a product. They can't even create residual income. They can't create time and financial freedom. They're not leaving a legacy like we are. I mean, any business in the world, they pay for overheads, coffees, electricity bills, staff, lease, whatever it is. They have a lot of overheads. Our only overheads are to better our health. And that's how we build residual income. Because once you can build an organization of 10, 20, 30,000 reps, and they're all spending 200 PV a month for products, you're traveling the world, you're still making money because those reps keep reordering, let alone, not even to mention, all the other new enrollments that are happening within your organization. But I don't want to touch on this too much because I pretty much explained it in the closed section. This is the 7-day game plan. So as soon as someone gets started, this is what they need to go through. Get started, purchase a set, go for the pre-party booklet, work out your why, write a list of 50, establish your why, create the right mindset, give them access to all the tools, invite the first 20 in the first 48 hours, 10 best, 10 easiest 48 hours, and then bring 7 people in 7 days. I suggest 10. 10 exposures within your first 7 days. You'll have 3 to 4 reps, 3 to 4 customers. That's the plan. But then we also need a long-term system because we need residual income. So for the people that are serious and want to build residual income, you got to be part of an org meeting. So an org meeting is once a week catch up, and you guys probably do that at your job right now. Every single job has a weekly review meeting where they review the week. For example, let's say a call center, they review the week, how many phone calls they make, how many presentations they do over the phone, how many people they get started, signed up, or whatever it is. Then they set goals and plan the next day or the following week. Same as in my factory. We had a toolbox meeting, whatever it is. So it's a quick weekly call. You can either do it in person with your team or you can do it over the phone. And we just go over a little bit of recognition. So someone that had a good week, we recognize that. But then from there, we want to review and track. So, okay, Francis, how many people did you talk to? How many tools did you send out? And then from there, we can now work on whether he needs maybe help with his invite or whether he's sending a lot of tools out, doing a lot of meetings, but he's not getting any people started. Now we know maybe he can't close or he's not following up well. So now we know where to help him. So that's very crucial. And then we want to plan, set goals, and schedule out the following week and any other updates the company might have. And then from there, once you get started, you'll be part of an org. But then once you can build a team of 3 to 5 promoters, you'll then start running your own org. And the aim is to get your team to start running their own org. And then that's where once you can build it and you have an organization of 500 plus reps and they're all a part of an org, let's just say 100 orgs within your organization, bang, there's a system. The numbers are being tracked and people are getting the right support. And then we do a business basics training weekly, and it's pretty much this, what I took you guys through tonight. And I know some teams do it weekly in person. But then self-development. You guys need to get onto self-development. If you're not doing self-development daily, you're not going to make it. I'll be dead set. Because for the first couple of months, I did not do any self-development. I had a big ego. I'm like, why do I need someone talking to me? Why do I need to read books? Hence why I wasn't making any money. So it's very crucial that you develop the right entrepreneurial mindset. Very crucial. Why do you guys shower daily? So you don't stink. We need to listen to positive audios daily because we need to reprogram the way that we think. We need to brainwash ourselves to start thinking positive and have that mindset that's going to help us stay consistent. And then we have the annual event that I'll touch on a little bit later. But guys, it's very, very, very important that you can stay level-headed. This business is a massive emotional roller coaster ride. You just need to accept it. I can promise you that probably 99%, who am I kidding, 100% of people on this call right now that are listening have gone through this. You got started, you're excited. Now you thought everyone you're going to speak to is going to be interested. A few people, let's just say, are saying no. I tell you you're an idiot. You get down. It fucks your mindset. But then from there, the package arrives. You're happy. You make a post on Facebook. You think people are just going to hit you up. No one hits you up. Bang, you're down again. You finally get a customer. You're excited. Customer complains. You're down. Prospect says they'll come to your launch. You have 10 people confirmed to your launch. Only 3 show. You're down again. 1 signs up. You're excited again. So guys, you got to realize this is normal. This is a part of the business. Stop being hard on yourselves. We just need to stay level-headed and realize it's a part of the process. There's got to be times when no one's listening to you. There's got to be times where too many people are talking to you. But guys, it's very important to be self-aware and stay positive as much as we can and just be self-aware and realize you will get down. There will be times where you have doubt. There will be times where you feel like quitting. But the sooner we can pick ourselves back up and have that self-awareness and put our mindsets back on track, the easier and the faster this will grow. But you just need to win those mental battles in your head. This business, 95% of it is just the stories and the excuses that happen between your ears. That's it. Nothing else. And you don't need to ask yourself, are you willing to get all those no's? Are you willing to cop all that rejection? Are you willing to have launch parties when no one shows? When prospects get refunds. Let's say, for example, Dave, people laughing at him. People talking shit behind his back. People getting started and never replying to his messages. People, he started building a team and everyone started quitting. All the sacrifices, all the late nights, all that self-development, all those audios, all those books. Today, is it worth it? Being 27 years old and living a life people only dream about, making over $1 million in his first 3 years in this industry. Who can say Which other industry do you see that's helped an average person achieve this lifestyle in 3.5 years, driving a Ferrari at the age of 27, buying this mansion in the Gold Coast? But you guys got to ask yourself, are you willing to go through that emotional roller coaster? And are you willing to cop as much shit as Dave to get to where you want to be? Do you have the grit? Do you have the balls? Do you have the mental battle? Are you going to win the negative thoughts in your head? That's all up to you guys. I never went to uni. I never went to TAFE. I'm not smart. I didn't have the biggest network, but I had grit. I had balls. I was willing to put in the work. I mean, so stop feeling sorry for yourselves, guys. Whenever you get a refund, whatever it is, that's normal. It's a part of business. It's a part of life. And whenever you're feeling down, ask yourself, what would Dave do in this situation? Would he just bitch and complain, or would he get up and get to work? You're only as big as your problems. If you let a small problem affect you from being consistent and be putting the work, but very important, guys, that we become independent refs. This is your own business. In 8 days, you should be fully duplicated. You should know how to invite. You should have role played it a lot of times. You should know how to build a rapport, how to share your why, how to present the slides, how to handle objections. People can literally learn that in their first day. Some people don't do it 2-3 weeks. Why? Employee mindset. They don't treat this business like a business. You treat it like a hobby, you'll make hobby money. You treat it like a business, you'll make business money. But in your first month, you should know how to take people through this training that I just took you guys through. You should know how to present. Now, you should present to 7 people in 7 days. You should hit Rising Star in 7 days. And you want to find your entourage, your 5 reps in your first 28 days. And guys, it's all on that website. It drives me crazy when I have reps come up to me, asking me questions, asking me for tools, for videos, for PowerPoints. It's all on this website. Everything you need to know is here, guys. Start being independent. Start thinking for yourselves. Start taking ownership and not just relying on your upline. Yes, rely on them for meetings, 2-on-1s, 3-way calls, but in regards to doing your research, understanding it, guys, if you haven't studied this website, if you haven't spent at least 50 hours on it, watching all the videos and learning it, well, you're not going to probably achieve a life according to your highest values. Yes, you'll make money. I can't promise you that you will make a lot of money. And I'm really excited about this, guys. This has actually got released today. And what better way to give people a clear understanding on how they can make the investment back in their first 28 days. Do you know what I mean? And this should be at every single launch party, every single 2-on-1, so people can see it visually. Because if someone, you see in the left top corner, if someone gets started a new promoter on a promoter set, all they're going to do is get another 3 promoters within 28 days, they've made their investment back. Someone gets an entrepreneur set, all they need is 3 entrepreneur sets in their first 28 days, they've made their investment back. Which other business can you see that can help you get your return on investment, start seeing profit after 28 days? Do you know what I mean? So guys, you want to make sure you print this out as soon as possible and make people realize how fast this can grow and how they can make money fast if they're willing to put in the work. Yes, it is network marketing, not sit on your ass and make it happen marketing. And if you guys haven't got your tickets to the annual event in October in Gold Coast, you guys got to do that as soon as possible. I was in this business for about 8 months and I was treating it kind of half-assed, but then I actually happened to fly to Vegas for the Your Health's annual event. So I had to spend about $2.5K on flights and about another, I don't know what it was, maybe $1,800, whatever it was, on accommodation. And for $4K, that was probably the best investment I ever spent on myself. Because at that point, that's when I really saw the opportunity. That's when I really realized how good these products are. Once I heard all the success stories from some of the top earners across the world, once I met Dennis Wong, the founder himself, I knew this was going to be the company that's going to help me achieve a life according to my highest values. I knew this was the vehicle that's going to get me from A to B. Believe it or not, there was a few of us boys, me, Ryan, Francis, and we actually started crying at this event because it was a game changer. And then from there, came back to Melbourne, and oh damn, we made it happen. So even if you're kind of doing the business but you're not, if you're kind of on the fence, do what you can to make it down there. You might get that spark. You might see something that completely turns your life forever. Do you know what I mean? And you guys don't have to spend $5 grand like we used to. You guys are lucky that we've grown a big enough right now in Australia that you just need to go to Gold Coast. And it's a great weekend away. And those pictures right there, it's a mansion that, let's just say, the Team Blue leaders, that's the mansion that we're going to be staying at. And on Friday night, we should be throwing a team beach party for you guys. So it's a great way to come down, mingle, great weekend away. It's going to be great for marketing. If people see that you're traveling with business, they're more open-minded to hear it out. So guys, this will be the best investment you'll make not only for yourselves, but into your business. So do what you can, get tickets as soon as possible before it sells out. But that's it, guys. At the end of the day, there's only so much we can do. We can give you the platform, we can give you the skills, the basic skills, but it's up to you and your self-talk, the stories you sell yourself, how big and how fast you want to grow this. But I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm really excited for the back end of the year because we have so much happening at the moment, and we are by far on track to become one of the biggest teams, not only in Australia, but worldwide. So hope you guys have a good night, and if you have any more questions, hit me up. Speak to you guys soon.